Hello and welcome back to Joshua. I just woke up. I'm sure you've probably already heard of this guy going around that looks like this. This is Chikawa. This is Chikawa. Yeah. This is this guy, and he's a little silly guy. But the reason you do know him is not because you've known him your entire life, but because you've barely got to know him now. And the reason that is because he's randomly been showing up in your For You page. And I know this for a fact because he's also been showing up in my For You page. And since everybody on the internet is basically closely wound up now, everybody's Instagram feed is basically like the exact same. I bet you could probably walk up to one of your friends, or who knows, maybe even your neighbor. You could show them a meme and they would probably already know it. That's just the case. That's just a common case. You try to show one of your friends a meme and they've already seen it, but they'll watch it through anyways. Okay, obviously I can't prove for sure that this is the first time you've ever seen Chikawa. But from my very scarce knowledge, Chikawa is actually a fairly new character. The manga series has only been released since 2020, which makes it a total of 5 years that Chikawa has been a thing. So if this information is true, then regardless, it is not possible that you have known Chikawa for more than 5 years. But as of recently, in the US, Chikawa has made kind of an explosion, not only in your For You page, but mostly in your For You page. And the funny thing is that the first place you have probably most likely seen Chikawa is through Jaden Animations. Yep, I can bet a pretty penny that you saw this exact video on your For You page, or this one, and this was the first time that you have ever seen Chikawa. Or maybe you've seen Chikawa before, but this was the first time you had actually learned their name. I'm hanging on by pure speculation here, but based on my very true information that I have collected, this is the only way that I see true. It has to be Jaden Animation that brought Chikawa to, this kind of explosion that's happening as of recently. Basically everywhere I go, I see Chikawa now. All my friends know this person. These characters, this lore that has just slowly built itself, some of it true to the actual story, because the Chikawa lore is quite deeper than you thought it was. But also this other separate lore that isn't really true to the actual narrative of the story, but honestly I think is very much true in my heart. It's even gotten to the extent where I have made fanfics. Okay, we're gonna take a pause. I said a word with a red flag on it. Everybody calm down. I said calm down. This is my headcanon. My headcanon is that Usagi, this character, this greedy little character, he could very most likely be the owner of Nintendo. This is the creature that lives inside of every Nintendo CEO, inside of their brain, like behind some panels with some Joy-Cons and sticks. This is what's controlling every single one of them. This creature. Because this creature is the most greedy creature no, wait, that's not true. This one is more greedy. I swear, I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, next topic. But anyways, I am getting very sidetracked. If this creature has not already become your little obsession for the week or even the month, then it probably is going to be in a couple seconds after this video. So basically what Chikawa is it started off as this little manga series, kind of like a little comic strip, basically like think Garfield or Ice Cream Sandwich comics. Why that one specifically, I don't know, I just like Ice Cream Sandwich. But basically it's this little comic strip, this Japanese comic strip that is very silly and has these cute little characters living their little silly lives where they actually have to pay taxes to be able to live in a house. And this little creature, Chikawa, earned their house by winning essentially the lottery. And that's the only reason they actually own a house, because all these other characters are homeless. And that's pretty much the entire lore of the series. Just these little hobos that go around being silly and eating foods. And there's this little one that cracks a cold one, and another cold one, and a few more. And they basically go about their day just as we do, doing their silly little things in their silly little homes, or not homes, and just go around eating ramen and just doing what a normal person probably would do on their average, mundane, normal day. Except these creatures are not normal, and they're basically beasts that are tame by the innocence of just being innocent. because these little guys, they live in a world of creatures and monsters that are capable of things that honestly I don't think anyone can imagine, because the series hasn't exactly gone in depth about how crazy these creatures are or what they're capable of, but we have definitely encountered a couple beasts that seem pretty capable of some pretty crazy things. At least tearing each other limb from limb. This doesn't exactly happen in the show, but you know, again, headcanon. But these little guys, they don't know what they are. They're just little guys who are trying to survive in the world, just like us, just trying to make the best out of their little lives. And you know, this is probably a very popular opinion, but this little greedy dude, this guy's my favorite. I'm sure that he's many other people's favorites as well, but I don't know. I'm free to have opinions. Plus, whenever he's confused, he goes like, wah, wah. I love this creature. So if you do want to consume a bit of the Chikawa entertainment, then it does have an anime, a manga, and I think that's it. There's probably a couple of gacha games. You could probably search them up on the App Store. I don't really know. I guess I haven't really dived too far into the Chikawa lore or everything, just everything Chikawa, because I know there is a little bit of a deeper scale to everything, and there is more content to be consumed. But as of right now, this is all I got. And back to the whole Jaden Animations thing, yeah, I just wanted to say that she did go to Japan and discover this creature. I don't know if you have seen this video before, but if you haven't, you should go check it out. She talks about on her trip she talks about how on her trip to Japan, she met this little creature and saw him around everywhere, and he was just absolutely flooding every area there. So this must have been some important warrior throughout the culture. And yes, indeed it was. Jaden Animations basically struck gold, took it home to the USA, and shared it with the rest of the world on the internet. I know that she says on her video, specifically the newest one about Chiikawa, that she didn't exactly want to be associated with Chiikawa in the way that every time somebody brings up Chiikawa, they also mention Jaden Animations. But I'm sorry, I have to call her out for this, because it is essentially her fault that the Chiikawa virus has infected the US. I'm sorry, Jaden Animations, if you happen to see this, it is your fault. Even if you did try to deny the fact that it isn't her fault that Chiikawa is blowing up as of recently, this blow up in Chiikawa content, at least for me, has started like in these 3 weeks, which was the exact time that she released this newest video 3 weeks ago. Plus, this video, as of right now, has like 4 million views, which means that 4 million people were influenced by it, and 4 million people learned about the Chiikawa-ness of the ways. You cannot deny the fact that she at least had, okay, she had a huge impact on this. You cannot deny this. This is true. But anyways, back to Chiikawa. I think that's all I had to say. Go read the comics. They're so silly, and honestly, you'll probably resonate with them a lot, especially if you do not have a home or are an alcoholic. I am both of those, so I love this comic a lot. I can relate to it in every way and every aspect. Or at least if you're struggling with the everyday norms of, I don't know, social life or having job or just being alive, then you'll be able to relate to this comic. It's a silly comic, and it is very bittersweet, where you do receive some good silliness and cuteness, but also see these little guys suffer in pain. So yeah, very fun comic. Would recommend. Anyways, that's all I've got for this video. So if you like Joshua Just Woke Up, please subscribe, please, and also do likes. And no, don't leave, wait! Please comment. Just please. Also, thank you to Patreon #1. That has been Patreon #1 for a good while. Thank you. I have Patreon. If you want to be more Patreon, I have Patreon. Do that so I can have more Patreon. Then you'll get your name and little guy here. And also, that's it. Thank you. I am now going to plead you to subscribe. Okay, bye. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please.